The objective of this video is to provide historical information on the establishment of the Wesleyan Methodist Church in the province of Limon. But before I continue, please like and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. In the previous video, you were informed that the first Protestant church in the province of Limon was the First Baptist Church established in 1888. If you have not seen the video, please check the description and you will find a link. I will be sharing in this video information found in primary sources during the early 20th century, particularly in the newspaper Limon Weekly News, along with oral history and secondary sources on the second Protestant church established in this province. Reverend Ainsley Johnson confirms that the Methodist Church was established in the province of Limon in 1894. And during that year, the church opened its doors in 8 places, including Pacuarito, Cairo, Siquirres, Cimarrones, Estrada, Cuba Creek, Zent, and Turrialba. The church in the city of Limon was opened on the 25th of December of that same year. Reverend Johnson continues to share that based on the church's oral history, there was another church open in Fish Creek known today as Orellana, but they have not found any records to confirm this claim. The church in Turrialba was took over by La Iglesia Centroamericana. For many decades, this church in the city of Limon was known as the Wesleyan Methodist Church, but the name was changed to the City Temple in 1960, and it started out in a wooden structure. Reverend Ainsley also stated that the early reverends were of Afro-Caribbean descent. Some of these include Theophilus Alexander Glasspool, who came in 1904, and Reverend Edward Augustus Pitt. Reverend Pitt's daughter was the renowned English teacher in the city of Limon known as Miss Jessie. I will now proceed to share primary sources found in the early 20th century newspaper Limon Weekly News, which will confirm where the churches were found and some of the names of the reverends. For example, we have this newspaper clipping from found on August 8, 1903, and it mentions the name of a Reverend William Bailey. Not too sure if he was actually a reverend from that church, but y'all know that research is ongoing as it relates to these historical facts. But he is there mentioned, and it said that he had visited the Wesleyan Church previously and that he is expected for the following Wednesday to come and give some lectures. This other clipping is the follow-up to the previous one, and this one is found on August 15, 1903, where it is confirming the presence of Reverend William Bailey and his participation at the Wesleyan Church the following day, and that this service will take place at 3 o'clock with other activities pertaining to the Loyal Order of Ancient Shepherd. All these things we have to research a little more to see what they were and what they were doing in terms of their contribution for the spiritual life of the ancestors. This other clipping found on July 11, 1903 speaks of the relationship between the different Protestant churches in Limon during the early 20th century. And again, it is mentioning names of our ancestors. And on this occasion, they are referring to two English school teachers that are taking time to go and visit Jamaica, for a couple of days. So this is fascinating because it tells us that these early Jamaican immigrants who came and established themselves in Costa Rica, making their contributions and also taking time to go and visit home and get a little emotional feeling, and also show that not all immigrants come to the country that they are visiting or they are coming to work in tabula rasa. They come with something to offer. Also, on that same date of July 11, 1903, we see two notices. One of a Reverend A.N. MacDonald, which I am still trying to find out from which church he's really reverend of, and so I'm not too sure yet. I'm still searching to find out who he is. But the clipping that we're really interested in is the one that is speaking about the Sunday school anniversary at the Wesleyan Church and the different activities that will take place in to celebrate this anniversary. And it is very detailed in terms of the materials that they need, like the hymns, the hymn books, and that are for sale, and they highlight the fact that they are cheap. And also the celebrations will go on until Monday with a special service, and they will have solos and recitations, etc., etc. Very interesting. Things have not changed much. On July 14, 1906, I found the name of one of the reverends that Reverend Hainsley Johnson mentioned, the Reverend T.A. Glasspool of Cairo. So it is confirming the name of the reverend and also one of the places where the church was present, in this case Cairo, right? So it is saying that he will be there to be the preacher at the Wesleyan Church in this city tomorrow morning and evening. So it also highlights the missionary work of these reverends going to the different churches to continue their work as leaders of the church. On June 16, 1906, this record is confirming again the name of Reverend Theophilus Alexander Glasspool as the pastor from the Wesleyan Church, but it also highlights the collaboration between the different Protestant churches in the province of Limon. And we have mentioned the Reverend Hota Achesobi, which means Joshua Heath Sobi, who was one of the reverends in the early days of the First Baptist Church. So this is fascinating that history kept their names registered. On May 12, 1906, we have detailed information of what took place in Cairo. And again, we find that the name of the Reverend Glasspool is mentioned and the different activities that took place, the way they fix up the church and the different people who participate in the service. So this one is a very detailed one that you could take your time to stop the video and read a little more. This is another record confirming that the church was present in Pacuarito And this one in particular is stating that it was the first time on this date that Reverend Glasspool was going to be preaching at the church. And also, like the previous one, it details the whole service, the different people that were taking place, and it gives you a real picture of what was happening at that moment, to welcome the visit of Reverend T.A. Glasspool. So you can also stop the video to read it in detail. So this newspaper clipping found on October 28, 1905 is also telling us that this Sunday school anniversary service is an annual event, because we mentioned it previously in a different year. And it also informing us of the different activities that will take place for the celebration. It also mentions two names of two reverends that will participate in the services, and it confirms what Reverend Hainsley mentioned about the early reverends, and one of them was E.A. Pitt, and his name is really Edward Augustus Pitt. For P.F. Schoberg, I need to do a little more research because I don't know who he is right now. But anyway, the clipping is informing us that activities will happen on Sunday and also on Monday to celebrate this Sunday school anniversary. And this last clipping I will share with you is found on September the 5th, 1903, and it states that the Wesleyan Church is taking up a collection on behalf of the Hurricane Relief Fund, which highlight the connection that our ancestors still had with their home country and disasters that were taking place. We know that even today, in the Caribbean, you have what they call the hurricane season, which starts from June until November, and sometimes these hurricanes, they develop very strongly and cause a lot of disasters. So, this shows that they were really in contact with what was happening at home, and also the church within the community. Based on the information gathered from Reverend Hainsley Johnson, the Methodist Church is now present in Limon, Pacuarito, Matina, Siquirres, and Cairo. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I will share another video with you soon. Aho, yeah,